bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Grand Bahama Credit Union rewarding 2 top students for excellent writing and researching skills. The credit union launched an essay competition in September and invited all of the schools in Grand Bahama to take part. Manager Pauline Gardner visiting the school that captured both first and second place, Mary Star of the Sea Catholic Academy. Principal Joy Ritchie Green says the Crusaders won the award in the past and she is proud of their accomplishments once again.
We would have gotten essays from all the schools, and we have a committee that would have gone through them, and at the end of the day Mary Star came out on top with first and second prizes winners. The prizes were cash prizes and a certificate, and as well as the school would get the floating trophy for this year.
A lot of times a lot of schools promote sports and other activities that kind of go outside of the academic realm. And one of the things we want to show is that we're strong in every facet of education. And this is just another example of how we're excelling.
First and second place winners Brene Roll and Jalen Pinder say they were both excited when they heard the results. They say they used various methods for their research.
The topic was on the difference between credit union and banks, and I interviewed someone from the credit union, and basically I just wrote about it in my interview and just the difference between the banks and the credit unions.
For me, a lot of people in my family, they have experience with the credit union, so I use a lot of their experiences. For example, my mother, she was a part of the credit union when she was first starting her career as a teacher, so at that time they helped her because she was being paid late.
The Prime Minister on Grand Bahama this past weekend to pay respects to a man who was involved in the development of the country. A funeral service was held at St. Mary Magdalene Church in West End. Italia Hall has the story.
The West End community, family, friends, along with government officials coming together on Saturday morning to bid farewell to the late Leonard Butler, the Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama, giving a tribute, noting that Butler was a pioneer, one individual whose name may not be affixed in the history books, but certainly for those who are involved in the political climate of the nation would understand the role he played in the building of the country.
Here was a man who, even before the great Sir Lyndon Pinling came onto the scene, he was one of those persons who was in the vineyard fighting for the liberation of our country. He formed with members here in West End a band of individuals who went out and fought for and caused for the liberation of the Bahamian people.
It was a grand celebration as many reflected on the life of Butler, who was said to be a strict and disciplined man and a progressive Liberal Party stalwart. The nation's leader, the Right Honorable Perry Christie, adding that he was a man who contributed greatly to the West End community.
For us, when we pause on occasions such as this, do not dismiss people of that generation by saying, oh, well, they were born, they lived, they had a family, and they died. Many of them were exemplars in their communities.
The rector at St. Mary Magdalene Anglican Church, Father Ian Claridge, stating that Butler was a faithful man of God.
He came to church whenever his mind told him to. Whether it was Wednesday morning or Thursday afternoon, he walked up the road and say, Father, no church today? Or is church over? Because that was his focus. And I say that because a lot of us who are able to do it will not even be in church tomorrow morning and say, I received my communion yesterday, later for you.
Many say Leonard Butler has left an indelible mark, a mark which should be remembered in a significant way. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Italia Hall.
And now it's time to ask the doctor.
Welcome, I'm Dr. Monique Pratt. Keith asks, as a young adult, I was slightly heavy, but now in my 40s, I am over 400 pounds. I've tried everything to lose the weight, including weight loss pills, diet and exercise plans. Nothing has worked long-term, and each year I seem to gain a little bit more. Is surgery my only option? Keith, thank you for being so honest in your question. Obesity and weight control are very common issues in the Bahamas, and it's important that you realize that you are not alone in your struggle. When someone is carrying more body weight than is healthy, this is referred to as being overweight or being obese. Obesity is a complex disorder involving an excessive amount of body fat. It increases your risk for developing health problems such as heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, and some forms of cancer. The more obese you are, the higher the risk. The good news is that even moderate weight loss can help to lower your risk of developing such health problems. So to answer your question, Keith, there are medical treatments that can help you with your weight loss, like prescription medications, and there are surgical options. Before considering any treatment, including surgery, please see your doctor for a full physical exam and talk about your health goals, including weight loss. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
The West Grand Bahama District's second annual tree lighting and gospel concert will be held on Sunday, November 29th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Martintown Primary School grounds in Junestown, 8 Mile Rock. Don't go away, Ricardo Liborn is up next with sports.